Welcome back, dear viewers. In this segment, in our edition of the Breakfast Show, we are going to talk about the recent terrorist attacks that took place on Sunday in two Egyptian churches in Tanta and Alexandria. We are going also to tackle President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's speech and his address to the nation, in which he announced different measures to combat terrorism. And to shed more light on this issue, we are joined here in the studio with Ambassador Dr. Mohamed Elhouseni, his United Nations Economic Committee Director. Good morning, Mr. Ambassador Dr. Mohamed.
Dr. Mohamed, we used to see you as a cheerful person, but today you're totally different. You've went to the funeral of the people killed in the church attack. So tell us more about how was the situation and how the things go there.
The first thing is my deep sympathy to those who, our families all over Egypt, who them loved one have been killed in this barbarian attack in the two churches. And what we saw there, it was really a sorrow and sadness to see that people, they didn't do anything, they just go to pray, and then they have been attacked like that from this barbarian way of thinking about this ISIS or the Muslim Brotherhood or this kind of people. So actually to put why this happened first as a beginning is we need to look back about the visit to President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to the United States. And
the timing,
of course, because he was giving a message, and President Trump, Mr. Trump, have give also a message that Egypt is fighting terrorism and we are supporting them, and they are safe under the leadership of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. And the previous year or last year that President Sisi went in the last New Year Eve and the Christmas, when he went to the church and all the Christians go around him, finding him, he is the protector and he is the one who is giving the promises to protect them and save them for the barbarian attacks have been done in the previous years. So it was actually, when we talk about terrorism attacks, it take two lines. The first line is a prayer or a feast to a religion feast, or when your government do something against this barbarian people. So the first thing is the Palm Sunday. It was the good movement for them. Pope Francis is coming in 28 and 29 of April. So that was the right action for them as this ISIS or the Muslim Brotherhood or whatever you call them, to give a message to the whole world that Egypt is not safe. Because once they did that in that time, Pope Francis will not come, a message to Trump that this is Egypt, what you are supporting. But actually, what they don't understand is, in every time they did an attack to us, it come against them and it come to unite us back. So look to the whole world now supporting you. Trump himself, he said to President Sisi that I trust you and I trust you will take the country in this time in a safe stages. Pope Francis assured that his visit in 28 and 29, and as well he gave his condolences to the families and his prayers as well. So this is about the international community and about the reasons that why this happened. About our families in Alexandria and Tanta, they are in sorrow, in a deep sorrow. Some of them lost kids and babies. And by the way, they are not just Christian; they are Christian and Muslims, because there is a police officers have been died there. There is
people in the street,
of course, and people in the street. You have 12 people in the front of the church to Alexandria. Most of them is Muslims. It's not just the Christians. It's in Tanta. And one of the police officers, she is a girl. She is going to get married, I think, and the other one, she is a colonel, and she is a mother of a kids. And those they just go to the paradise because they are doing them jobs. So what we are having inside our heart it's a deep sorrow about those pure souls who is going. It's not this attacker, because the one and the terrorism, when you do what you are attacking an innocent people, unarmed people, just praying, thinking by how they blend in the mentality that when you do that, you will go to straight to the paradise. This is not in any religion,
Yes.
not in Islam, not in Christianity, not in Jewish.
True, yes.
It's all saying and stating that killing people, unarmed and attacking people, it will just take you to the hellfire. So where the mind of these people?
This takes us to the points of the importance of renewing religious discourse.
Yeah.
How did these people get these ideas?
I'll tell you one thing. When we come to this particular question, you will find that people and this way of thinking, it's have stages.
Yes.
You have some failure of your government, let's put it like that, because you was always giving to the people. In each attack it happened, you didn't take the movement as a President Sisi take. That was late
Yes.
action, by the way, because once they did an attack to you, you're supposed to act in the right side. Not you will go and terminate a general from
Yes.
the police. No, it's not that action. The action you did is putting the state of emergency law.
Yes.
And this is an important thing. It's
These
supposed
are the
to
measures announced by President Sisi in
yeah,
his speech.
and that's supposed
Yes.
to be happen since 3 years ago, not now, not for 3
State
months.
of emergency, like
yeah,
in
because
Sinai.
State of emergency in Sinai since 2014, I think,
Yes.
up to now. It's renewing every 3 months. Why? What is the state of emergency law? What you will do about that?
Yeah.
That exactly is going in 3 or 4 points. Point number 1 is collecting a full information about the media and the advertising and the newspapers and the TV channels and the social media and everything that the community is talking about. This is number 1. Number 2, it's checking and re-updating the information and the database for the criminals, which they have a record in and out Egypt. Number 3, it's giving an authority to the armed forces and to the police and also going under with the judges corporation that to arrest anyone, but not look like in Mubarak time, because in 2012 stopped that one, and the Constitution Court, they already changed it. So this emergency state, this is what you need now, because you cannot just let them go. Them stages, what happened in Sunday, in the Palm Sunday, it was this is the top to them, because they cannot do anything more than that. You have 47 who have been died that day. So President Sisi also announced about the Council for Combat Terrorism. This is one of the things also is important, because this council is going in 4 or 5 channels about the religion speech.
Supreme Council for Combating Terrorism and Extremism.
Yeah, the first thing we was talking for an ages about changing the religion speech in the churches or in the mosques. How many years we was talking about that? I think from Mubarak time, right? And nothing had been done, because the bureaucratic mentality in changing. We
Different
need
institutions.
Yeah, we need to act. Now the Parliament, actually, I was following the last 2 days the Parliament
They will
movement.
adopt new laws.
Yeah, actually, and they already confirm about the criminal laws for the procedures and also the tourism, and this is a good movement for them, that they are going out of the box now. The cabinet member already approved also yesterday the emergency state, and now the government is acting. But why you guys didn't do that since the last 2 years? We was under attack, and the president now. This is a clear message from those people, that they are going to the head of the state. They are saying now, no, you cannot protect them. But the unity of the people now is what we are all waiting.
Sir, incidents happened 2 days ago of the church.
Yeah.
And of course, it was deadly and devastating, and all the words cannot describe the scene that happened 2 days ago.
Yeah.
How can we prevent this incident from being repeated in the future?
Before the last interview we had here, we was talking about what the cooperation we ask the United States about in fighting terrorism. We talk about a new technology methods of these robbers for fighting the bombs, for the airplanes without a pilot, information, and re-changing now the defense system, because the defense system in the Ministry of Interior, it's totally dead. When you find it now, CID, they're supposed to have the updated database information. In the revolution in 2011, if you remember, that all the data about all these people have been burned. So you are trying to make a new infrastructure since 4 years about that, and you are not succeeding in that. When you go and find that those people, those barbarian people, the first thing you need to do is think like them. Don't think as how you think in fighting terrorism. No, you need to go 2 or 3 steps before them, as how they do. They use technology. You don't use technology. They are so educated that those people is coming is not uneducated people. So they know your movement. They know your what you call this, your feedback, your reaction. They know exactly what you. So what you wanted to do now is, the first thing is, about all the churches, you need to change the way of defending them by not to in Tanta, what happened, why we terminate the general of police in Tanta. Why? Because those police officers who are supposed to protect the church, they go to eat the breakfast in the car. This is the time the bomber, he come inside and he bombed the church. This is not right. When you put this units is defending this religion places, they're supposed to be the first stage in your ministry, not just you will put the police officers over there just to
Actually,
protect.
they will deploy army units with civil police.
This is now. This is to return back to the question she asked. Now they maintain now the why, because they find that the quality of service that those guys is giving is not the same.
It's not enough.
If you have this not just the gate for finding the bombs and the weapons, no. Look to in Alexandria, if the police officer there, Major Imad, which he have died also, if he didn't let that bomber go in the
and the Pope was inside the cathedral. Yes.
And thank God that Bob Twadros the second, he was already left, but because he was the one is targeting that attack. But when you find that, you're supposed to look like in the airport. You can't get a bomb and go in the airport. No. A lot of gates and security procedures you need to follow. So this is number one. We need to change the techniques that we are using for defending our religion spots. Two, working 24/7 for at least this month to re-updating the data and not using the old data, because in every attack happen, we go and arrest the same people. We don't find the resources. We don't find now we are working in the social media, but we must find a new resources in our community to make the community cooperate with us. Because in our border, it's secured, but inside the country, you have to find them in Sinai. Now they come to you inside the country, okay? So this connection, now you need to stop it with the cooperation of the community.
This is my coming question to you. How do you see this strategy by terrorists, that they moved their attacks from Sinai to the heart of the country?
Why? Because in Sinai, the military, they use the air forces.
Yes.
They use the technology, as what I was saying. And they already, let's say, beat them by 65%.
Yes.
So they find there is a lot of flaws to them. So how they will as a state administration struggling? How?
Yes.
By going in the spots the media will talk about. Now the media in 2017, it's not look like the media in 1997
Yes.
when the Luxor attack had been done. Now you see this in Tanta and Alexandria, all over the world they know it. So, and they have for the social media, for the electronic media, they have a strong funding over there. That's why President Sisi and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sameh Shukri, they announced that we need now to go to the international community, and this is the first thing we need to do, and deal with those countries is supporting tourism.
So when any incident, a terrorism attack happen in any foreign country, the tourism is okay.
Yeah.
People go there and they things are what I mean. Things are as normal. Nothing stops. The tourism is going on, and everything is the same, despite the fact there is a big incident happen. So why things are here different? When any terrorist attack happens, the tourism stops immediately.
Actually, you need to think about the Middle East first. The Middle East, how the people looking to the Middle East, they look to the Middle East as it's an unsafe zone.
In general,
and in general, yeah. And by the way, returning back to this question and the starting of what we are talking about, in the United States, they announced that Egypt is a safe zone.
Yes.
So that was a message for that particular point.
Yes.
But returning back to your question, looking to, in general, how they are looking to the Middle East, there is a wars in all the countries in the Middle East, and especially in Egypt, how you promote your country relating to that points that you don't have the backbone who in UK, in Luxembourg, in France, there is a lot of several attacks have been done, and there is a lot of maybe souls more than what we have in this someday. But what they did, they avoid that, and they continue. For you, this is the problem. Is still the mentality is still need to adapt the situation. That okay, that happened. The government is already now. I am announcing that our government just in Monday they go in the right movement. Khalas, let's go another step and continue the development in the country, because what they want is they want all of us is to talk about this attack. They want us to deliver to the whole world that we already struggled. Yeah, we have a sorrow inside our hearts, because we are not Christians and Muslims. We don't have this kind of mentality. We are Egyptians. We are all brothers and sisters. But the main thing is the tools of the government and the tools of the departments, what they did after that. You don't have the backup plan. That's why when it's come in Europe or even in the United States or in any country worldwide, once that happened, the media have a backup plan and the government have a backup plan. Now you don't have that. But this Council of Combat Terrorism, this one can act once you have any attack like that. This is to come to the point of why always they are looking to us once we have any attack that we are not safe and we cannot go. Russia and Europe and United States now, the tourists is coming. They are coming. Just before 3-4 days, there was 4 flights coming with the 3,000 tourists. They are coming to the country.
Sir, do you believe when the tourism sector will be blooming as before? When tourism will come with thousands to Egypt as before? When is this timing?
Okay, let's put it like that. When it was like that? When?
Before 2011.
Right?
Yes.
Why? Because your country was stable.
Yes.
Correct?
But now it's not stable?
Now it's stable, but not 100%. I'm talking as a full system of how you run the country. Now, for example, what you are facing is, as a country, if you will go to promote your tourist spots worldwide, the first thing is what we was always saying is security. They are attacking you in that. So you cannot go and promote again the tourist industry you have without finding a new line of protecting your community and those foreigners will come to you. Now we are doing that. And now we have this security because Egypt now, how the people, when you talk to the Western, I have a lot of Western friends and foreigners worldwide. When I talk to them, they look to Egypt as, they think that we are look like Syria and Yemen and these spots. Why we are not promoting that? If you wanted to return back, I say it 100 times, and I will keep saying that, promote your tourist industry. Go to the people. People now is looking to you as what we say in general, the Middle Eastern war. For them, they are saying, they are putting as an imagination to them, if they are going to land in this country, that there will be a bombing spots, you know. So you need to go and promote that, and your administration is doing that, but your government is not doing that in the same time. And also, this travel agencies you have, you need to have now a cooperation with them.
Well, Mr. Mohamed Elhouseni, Ambassador at the United Nations and the Director of the Economic Committee, thank you very much for joining us today, and welcome to Breakfast Show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Shireen.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. And with that, we come to the end of today's edition of the Breakfast Show. I'd like to thank my dear viewers. See you tomorrow with a new crew.